Donald Trump is the first Home Alone 2, Lost in New York cast member to be impeached by the U.S. House of Representatives. Who do you predict to become the second, and why? Rob Schneider is a successful actor who was just elected president. Everything was going his way, but now he's about to become impeached. And he's about to find out just how hard impeachment really is. Rated PG-13. Catherine O'Hara. She'll charm her way into the White House before anyone cares to notice she was born in Toronto. Catherine O'Hara, just so I can live in a world where for one brief, glorious moment Moira Rose was President of the United States of America. In retrospect, it was probably a bad idea to let the Sticky Bandits tag team the presidency. Even though Tim Curry was born in the UK, I think him dressed as Pennywise 24/7 is the only logical progression for the next president. Macaulay Culkin, of course. Definitely Buzz, because he's always so full of shit. Also Donald Trump. There won't be enough votes in the Senate for a conviction. Then he will do something else and a new impeachment process will start. The Bird Lady. Coswell, she filled the White House with birds. Wrote a lot of executive orders about birds. Replaced the Pledge of Allegiance with a poem about birds. Also, it turns out she's Irish, so shouldn't have been president anyway. No one else is impeached, but Judge Reinhold is disbarred. I see you, Fran McGee, trying to be all inconspicuous as Streetwalker number 2. LMAO, I don't remember any of the characters from that movie. Macaulay Culkin. Dude's had some rough times. But he seems smart and charismatic enough that he could possibly get elected president. Then somehow get himself impeached. Then set up various booby traps around the White House to prevent the Senate from removing him from office. Joe Pesci. After a lengthy, but assured victory in his campaign, he'll become president, but abuse his power as early as incumbency and whack one too many staffers and campaign managers. They'll lure him to the inauguration with the promise of a lavish ceremony, but when he steps out there'll be nobody, like at Trump's inauguration, and then someone will whack him from behind and then bury him in a shallow grave in a cornfield. Long live VP Marv. Here's the list to choose from. The host of the Ding Dang Dong Show for sure. This post got less awards when it was originally posted by a non-reposter Karmabot. I predict a cast member from the Little Rascals will be impeached. I believe in Joe Pesci. There's somebody I can get behind. Not Jesus, not God, not even Mother Mary. Somebody insults you and you pray for God to strike them down with a lightning bolt. Never gonna happen. If someday cuts me in line, I'll call Joe Pesci and have him break your legs with a baseball bat. George Carlin. This comment is gonna jet buried, so just wanna practice a spoiler text. Hopefully Tim Curry. Buzz. I swear this was a shower thought the other day. The Pigeon Lady. Macaulay Culkin. He'll be impeached for taking out members of the Secret Service one by one when he mistakes them for burglars. Also Trump. He wasn't a cast member. They wanted to film at his building and he made them give him a cameo. Joe Pesci, obviously, for also performing a shakedown on another world leader. I actually wouldn't mind this, as long as he was always speaking using the accent trademark. The bellhop. Can't trust the bellhop. A puppy. Come on, everyone love puppies. Creepy Pigeon Lady 2020. John Hurd with VP Daniel Stern. The sewer people from Chud voted them in. Wait, Trump was in the movie. Kanye West. He has the best chance of being president, but he also has the biggest chance of being impeached. Tim Curry. He becomes president because he is sexy. Then gets impeached because he is too sexy. Also the first Queens native to be impeached. https://queenseagle.com/all/2019/12/queens-man-impeached. Till that Donald Trump was in Home Alone too. This made me giggle. Buzz's girlfriend. Woof. Uncle Frank, 'cause he's the heaviest cat. How the fuck did this end up on the front page? Macaulay Culkin is going to be impeached in 2039. Macaulay Culkin himself, for finally snapping and making a Home Alone style series of traps in the White House. It is my honest opinion that none, barring none, of the characters of that movie could, if transported somehow to the real world and made to win the election, could possibly do a worse job as Trump. That includes Kevin McAllister and his entire extended family. Macaulay Culkin, impeached for booby-trapping the White House his first Christmas in office. That wasn't a burglar, it was a kid on a school trip, and she just took a paint can to the face. Donald Trump most likely. Macaulay Culkin. He's going to give Christmas ornaments to the homeless instead of essential needs. He's going to try to murder people instead of putting them in jail. And the most evil thing ever, he's going to spend over $900 on room service. Some minor things are getting lost in another state from his parents and being a little brat. Oh well. Also Donald Trump. Except they haven't even gone forward with their impeachment. They literally just said who would like to impeach the president. More people raised their hand than not. Literally nothing has happened yet. None of them. They're all smart enough to stay out of politics. Donald Trump, because more crimes. Macaulay Culkin seems like he would become president on a lark, so definitely him. He's also the first Ghosts Can't Do It cast member to be impeached. Bo Derek is weird enough to be the second. Joe Pesci after getting into a fistfight with congressional Republicans after one of them calls him funny. 7. Your next president will be Kim Kardashian, nothing to do with the post but she will be next president. Just commenting because I watched this only a couple of hours ago and was so shocked when Trump popped up face with tears of joy. The extra in it. That's Elvis Presley and he has been lying for 40 years. Daniel Stern. Why is no one saying Joe Pesci? It's gonna be Joe Pesci. He's the guy. The one we've all been waiting for. He's our Caesar Augustus, one to lead us into the next civic golden age. If only it had been the first movie, then it could be the guy they used to make the fake movie he was watching. Merry Christmas, yeah, filthy animal. Don't forget his son Waldo is the best son money can buy. Macaulay Culkin as our president, and Brenda Song as our first lady would be pretty epic. I don't think they would be impeached though. Arnold Schwarzenegger. But Macaulay Culkin was already president, at least until that whole dead hooker thing. Wait, shit, I think I'm in the wrong timeline again. Joe Pesci because he's Joe Pesci. The water bottle in 1415 Mark. He's also the first reality TV star to get impeached, Who will be next, or will the millennials and Generation Z move directly to getting their favorite YouTubers into office and skip the reality TV segment? Ah shit, here we go again. I love questions that troll for the power of good. Fuck that lying, orange shit stain. This carrot guy ESPN's Kevin so he could design the US military system. Pesse. Kieran Culkin, but only because Macaulay would never be able to get elected. Culkin 2020. That guy that killed his whole family with the snow shovel. Wow, I'm surprised not one person has said Daniel Stern. It's almost as if everyone forgot he was in the movie. He's also the first president to appear at WrestleMania 23, and to receive a stunner from Steve Austin. The lady from the checkout lane at the grocery store. That woman's been taking toppins from people for like 60 years. I'm pretty sure her and the birds will be behind bars. Jimmy Walker thinks being president will be dynamite, and moves into the White House. Hijinks ensures as Vice President Matthew Perry tells Republicans about his weed stash. Senate Majority Leader Kirk Cameron then has Walker set up buying weed from the President of Mexico via an illegal FISA warrant. Walker is buster for drug trafficking and impeached by the reluctant democratically controlled House. During his trial, a Republican cocaine ring is uncovered and a huge orgy takes place on the Senate floor. Scarlett Johansson. Oh, wait, you said Home Alone 2. ACH. Lame. Honestly, Macaulay Culkin would be great. The strategic thinking he showed in Home Alone, the world needs that. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Hillary_WolF?SFTI1. No joke, I would fully support her election as president. And after she accidentally kills Vladimir Putin in an impromptu judo match, I would reluctantly support her impeachment. Buzz. He knows why. Joe Pesci makes an elaborate rouse about how qualified he is to be president, all the time keeping the Supreme Court justices one step away from discovering the truth. Finally, just after passing a very important bill, the Supreme Justice discovers the truth. Unfortunately, Marissa Tomei isn't First Lady, so there isn't a last-second fax sent to save him from impeachment. Joe Pesci, and the reasoning is Joe Pesci. Dan Snyder, and he'll be taking his feet with him. Probably will be Macaulay Culkin for changing his middle name. On a completely unrelated note, I asked out a girl I like and she said yes, after a few months. Like damn, she took forever to answer. For sure, Buzz. After Trump is impeached and Pence enacts the next Patriot Act, which enables preferred speech to protect us from the liberal Saudi Chinese, the US goes isolationist, the economy tanks while the Fed, while laughing in QE, declares a new digital currency that you have to buy an iPhone in order to use. Universities/public education fall to YouTube. Education starts to improve via the skills that live streaming games provides. Everyone has to wear a solar panel hat captures green energy to support the global power grid, even while indoors. Russia invades Europe, but gets beat by the Germans because Russia ran out of dudes and the few left went to become professional Fortnite players. The German army consists of droid warriors from Boston Dynamics that run on probiotic beer. China starves but imports food from Africa that relies on GMIPs that it has to pay to the UN after the UN bought the rights from Nabisco Monsanto. Many U.S. citizens flee to Mexico for freedom of speech and more decent weather. Climate change was found to be a natural phenomenon due to solar cycles in 2022, but that's not very marketable, so the US and Germany enforce harsh emissions limits on nations of brown people. Alberta defects to the US. Canada sues to prohibit the US from obtaining any secret poutine recipes and a mandate for sanctuary for any minorities hurt by hurtful thoughts, though Canada is working a free trade agreement with the US where it sells its water rights in exchange for funding to help thought-hurt refugees. The only Home Alone cast that could help upthought these dark decadent times. Post-Operation Sex changed Rob Schneider, backed by the Sino-Rus arm of the DNC as well as the Church of Jordan Peterson of Latter-day Beta males conservatives. Because, you can do it? I guess someone else found the wiki page. Tim Curry won't be able to get away with his crimes. Culkin in 2025 for legalizing pizza. Can we also give up to Merv and Harry by surviving so many death traps that should have killed them during the breach of the apartment? Cliff. Obviously the kid who played Kevin. I can see Buzz being impeached. I didn't see anyone else help Kevin. Macaulay Culkin. In Home Alone 3. A now 35-year-old Kevin McAllister wants to become president. But after committing several acts of treason and even 27 accounts of vehicular manslaughter in his limo, he gets impeached. Will the Senate spare him? Or is he gonna get executed? Macaulay Culkin, he just has that smug impeach me face. Brenda Fricker. Incorrectly accused and subsequently exonerated. Wait, what? I saw ties at Shower Thoughts. He is not homosexual. Donald Trump is going to have a cameo in Impeached. Perfect. Fun fact, I was meant to watch this movie today, but the theater I was at played the first one instead. We didn't mention it because it's run by volunteers. Oh. Probably Trump again. We need to vote in Joe Pesci as president, Marv as VP, and then the scary/kindly shovel neighbor as Speaker of the House. Then impeach the Pres and VP. Honestly, probably Trump again. The Senate will not pass impeachment and the US is foolish enough to re-elect him in 2020. So probably 2021 the House will impeach him again. None of them. Kevin, mark my words, in 2048 I'm a time traveler. Honestly, that kid had big ears, so he should just be cancelled. Donald Trump is also the first WWE Hall of Fame member to be impeached. It's not impossible for there to be a second. Does being impeached in story count? There'll be a soft reboot where grown-up Kevin McAllister is a federal judge and he's on the take because even as such it's the only way he can afford the lifestyle for his 2 kids that he grew up with as one of 10. Catherine O'Hara as Lola Heatherton. Macaque Cullen tax evasion. Just let the South Bend shovel slayer take the fall. Her fun me jock, because they are from Home Alone they wouldn't get impeached, it implies they are president. He hasn't been impeached until the articles of impeachment are delivered to the Senate. So, he's not yet the first cast member to be impeached. I dunno, is there a dog in it? Or a chimp? Probably one of those two. As you may have guessed, it's been a while since I've seen the film. Fun fact, while you can be shitty and infer all sorts of reasonable things about the constitutional requirements for the presidency, it remains true that the US Constitution never specifically, technically says that the president has to be a human being. In theory, we could grant personhood and citizenship to non-humans without violating any other constitutional provision, which would then open up the possibility of having a non-human president. The sheer volume of people viewing this post as anything more than a giggle-inducing concept is baffling to me. President Pesci is impeached for not providing Congress with his fucking shine box. Joe Pesci. We all know it will be Tim Curry. And God only knows why. Well, I'm for a new movie version called House Alone, where after the next election, the former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi gets impeached. Her crime? Being a real piece of shit. Is he really impeached if he's still your president? This is one big circle jerk LMAO. Donald Trump. Because he's going to be re-elected. As noted by the Democrats' expert witness, he's not impeached until Pelosi sends it to the Senate. He hasn't been impeached yet, so this is a tad bit early. Also Donald Trump when they do it a second time. Donald Trump again. Ally Sheedy. She and Matthew Broderick almost started a thermonuclear war with the Soviet Union in 1983 while trying to improve their high school test scores. So it's clear that she doesn't think through the geopolitical consequences of purely self-serving actions. Donald Trump. Also, the only thing that saved him from Mueller is that you can't indict a sitting president. As soon as he is out of office there will be charges from the FBI. Piers Morgan. Maybe more importantly, he's the first Little Rascals cast member to be impeached. I predict Reba McEntire is next. Now this is quality AskReddit. 46th POTUS Joe Pesci, who when testifying during his impeachment inquiry as to whether he did in fact have his Secret Service stab an unflattering journalist repeatedly with a pen, answered, "Don't worry about it," 72 times, and "There was nothing I could do" 24 times. Joe Pesci, of course. Or the guy from the movie Filthy Animal. LOL. Probably Donald Trump. First he is actor, second he is stupid carrot head, and now he is hecking idiotic carrot head with power of launching nukes to everywhere. Sorry if I made some mistakes. Donald Trump, because this will be swept under the rug, he will get re-elected and get impeached again at the end of his second term. This is an unpopular opinion and I'm not American, but after seeing this joke of a person get elected, I honestly believe the dumbest things can happen. Like him getting re-elected after this. Donald Trump. I don't think we're done. Donald Trump, as more charges are likely on the way.